हरि हरि ओंकार साथ
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज नारायण यशोदानंदन व्रज नारायण यमुना यमुना जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Radha Shama Sundara, Jaya Gauranita, 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 Jaya Gauranita. Nitai Hariva, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jai Vishnupada Paramant Privrajagajarjashtadrasaka Sri Madheshi Bhakti Swami srilaprabhupada ki Jai ISKCON Vrindavan srilaprabhupada ki Jai Vishnupada Paramant Privrajagajarjashtadrasaka Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Guru Maharaj Prabhupada ki Jai Ananta Gauri Vaishnava Vrinda ki जय नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरव भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिर गोवर्धन की जय श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय श्री महापुर नवदीप धाम की जय श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय गंगा देवी जमुना देवी की जय भक्ति देवी की जय श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय श्री प्रभुपाद ट्रांसजेंडरल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय श्री श्री गौर निताई की जय श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय श्री श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर तरिसका देवी की जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय समवेत भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि। All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories always to Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya Naram Saiva Narottamam Deving Saraswating Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashta Prayeshu Avadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणीं श्रीपरमानन्दमाधवम्। So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 84, text 24-25. The sages' teachings at Kurukshetra. Yatha sayana purusa atmanam gunataptadru Nama matrintya bhatang na veda rahitam param. Evam ta nama matresu visayasvindriyaya. Mayaya vibhrama citta na veda smritu pallava. Yatha sayana purusa atmanam gunatattadru nama matrindriya bhatam na veda rahitam param. Evam ta nama matresu visayasvindriyaya. Mayaya vibhramam citta na veda smritu pallava. Yatha sayana purusa atmanam gunatattadru nama matrindriya bhatam na veda rahitam param. Evam ta nama matresu visayasvindriyaya. Mayaya vibhramam citta na veda smritu pallava. Yatha sayana purusa atmanam gunatattadru nama matrindriya bhatam na veda rahitam param. Evam ta nama matresu visayasvindriyaya. Maya vibhramam citta na veda smritu pallava. Yatha sayana purusa atmanam gunatattadru nama matrindriya bhatam na veda rahitam param. Evam ta nama matresu visayasvindriyaya. Maya vibhramam citta na veda smritu pallava. Mataji. यथा शयान पुरुष आत्मानं गुणतत्तद् नाममात्रेन्द्रियावातं न वेदरहितम् एवं नाममात्रेषु विषयेष्विन्द्रिया माया विभ्रमचित्तो न वेद स्मृतिपल्लवा यथा शयान पुरुष आत्मानं गुणतत्तद् नाममात्रेन्द्रियावातं न वेदरहितम् एवं नाममात्रेषु विषयेष्विन्द्रिया माया विभ्रमचित्तो न वेद यथा as shayana sleeping, purusha a person, atmanam himself, guna secondary, tattva of reality, drik whose vision, nama with names, matra and forms, indriya through his mind, abhatam manifest, na veda he does not know, rahitam separate, param rather, evam similarly, tva you, namamatresu having names and forms, vishayeshu in objects of material perception, indriya of the senses, ihaya by the activity, mayaya because of the influence of your illusory energy, vibhramat becoming bewildered, chitta whose consciousness, na veda one does not know, smriti of his memory, upaplavat due to disruption. Translation and purport by the disciples of Srilaprabhupada. Translation. A sleeping person imagines an alternative reality for himself and seeing himself as having various names and forms, forgets his waking identity, which is distinct from the dream. Similarly, the senses of one whose consciousness is bewildered by illusion perceive only the names and forms of material objects. Thus, such a person loses his memory and cannot know you. Purport. Just as a person's dream is a secondary reality created from the stock of his memories and desires, so this universe exists as the inferior creation of the Supreme Lord, in no real way separate from Him. And just as the person who awakens from sleep experiences the higher reality of his waking life, so the Supreme Lord also has his distinct higher reality beyond everything we know of this world. In his own words, Maya tatang idang sarvam jagat abhyakta murtina mathani sarvabhutani न चाहं तेषु अवस्थितः न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगम् ऐश्वर्यम् भूत भूतस्थो ममात्मा भूत भावना. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. And yet, everything that is created does not rest in me. Behold my mystic opulence. Although I am the maintainer of all living entities, and although I am everything, I am not part of this cosmic manifestation. For myself is the very source of creation. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Vena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Supadantikam. Bandeyam Shri Guru Sri Utapada Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavangsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatha Nitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Nitamsa. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishavanasate Devi Pranamami Hari Priya. Vanchakalpatarobhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurati Se Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakti Vrindavan. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. So here in these verses, the sages at Kurukshetra are explaining the status of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As we know, that on the pretext of solar eclipse, the inhabitants of Vrindavan, the inhabitants of Dwaraka and all other places, many kings and their subjects, they have all assembled in a holy place as Kurukshetra, which is Dharma Kshetra, and they have assembled there to take bath and also do some pious activity, sacrifice, and also hear about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But to their great fortune, the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself was present in this occasion. So that's why that was a great occasion where all the devotees of this Lord, the dear devotees from Vrindavan, the devotees from Dwarka and all other places like Hastinapur, they have all assembled there. And also many kings have assembled there. So after the initial meetings between Krishna and the Brajavasis, Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, the gopis, and then the queens of Dwarka and also Hastinapur, Draupadi, Subhadra, they have all met, and also the male members of different groups, they have all met. And then when the sages heard that Lord Krishna has also arrived with the inhabitants of Dwaraka at Kurukshetra, so they all took the opportunity to come to that place and pay their respect to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and see Him. So when the sages arrived at Kurukshetra, naturally Krishna and Balaram, who were the foremost among the Yadus, they got up with all their followers to pay respect to the sages. And this is our tradition, that when the sages arrive, then naturally we get up to show respect to them and offer some welcoming words, then wash their feet, give them a seat, and then give something to drink, and in this way pay respect to the learned personalities. So Lord Krishna, though he was the Supreme Personality of Godhead and he is worshipped by the entire creation, still the Lord is setting the example for the human beings how to respect the devotees of the Lord, the great sages, the Brahmins. So he himself is leading with Balaram. So Lord Krishna got up with all his associates, offered them pranam and some welcoming words, washed their feet, gave them a seat, and then gave some water to drink. So gave a garland and sandalwood pole. So all these welcoming things Krishna did personally. So seeing this, the sages were very much surprised. because they had come to pay respect to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But instead, the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself is paying respect to them. So they were bewildered that how Krishna is acting. So then they thought that the Lord is Jagat Guru. He is the spiritual master of the entire universe. And he has to teach by his own example. The Guru or Acharya, he has to teach the students by his own example. Not only speaks or gives instructions, he also acts on those instructions. Then he becomes a perfect Guru or Acharya. And Krishna, the Jagat Guru, the spiritual master of the entire universe or creation, he is setting the example. Though he is to be worshipped or respected by everyone, but he himself is showing respect to Brahmins and devotees of him. Because the Lord has given the Vedas, and Vedista sarver aham vedya. The Lord himself says in Bhagavad Gita, among all the Vedas, I am only to be known. So the Vedas are the words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the Vedas gives dharma, the path of religion or path of religious duties. So this dharma or the Vedas are given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and in those Vedas the instruction has been given how to respect the Brahmins or the devotees of the Lord who are in the topmost order in the Varnashram system. So the Lord is himself is following his own instructions by paying respect to the sages. And then when the sages saw this, they become bewildered. So then they thought that the Lord as Jagat Guru, he is actually showing the path to the mankind, how to respect the Brahmins or the devotees of the Lord. So then the sages, they are thinking, because the Lord has incarnated himself just like a human being, though still in his human form, still he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he is acting like a human being. He is acting like a Kshatriya. And he is giving respect to Brahmins. Though he is Brahmanya Deva. So the Lord is the worshipful deity of the Brahmins, but he himself is acting like a Kshatriya. And paying respect to the Brahmins. In that way he is teaching the whole mankind. So the sages are thinking that this must be the Lord is doing this because they were feeling embarrassed when the Lord was paying them respect, paying obeisances, worshipping them. The sages are feeling embarrassed. And who are there within the group of sages? So Vyasadeva, Narada, the four Kumaras, Parshuram, Angira, Vasishtha, Vamadev, all those sages, Kashyapa, all those sages are there. So they were thinking that the Lord is doing this just to set the example for the mankind. And thinking like this, then they are telling these two verses, which is today's verses. Yatha sayana purusa atmanam gunatattadrik nama matrendriya bhatam na veda rahitam param. So the sages, they are giving the example of a person who is dreaming at night. So then, when a person dreams at night, naturally he forgets himself. And in the dream, he may act in different ways, or he may see different objects, like sometimes a tiger, sometimes a lion, sometimes a demigod, and sometimes he also sees himself as such. So in this way, that time while dreaming, a person identifies himself with the dream. Suppose someone sees a tiger is attacking him, that time he is crying, shouting in the dream, as if the tiger is really attacking, but that was a dream. So in the same way, he himself will see that he has become a king or he has become a tiger. So in this way, he actually forgets his real identity, what he was when he was not dreaming. So, in the same way, this is a dreaming condition. Person cannot understand his real identity. So, in the same way, a person who is illusioned by Maya, dream is also another kind of Maya. A person who is illusioned by Maya, he cannot know himself, or he cannot know the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He cannot understand his real position, or he cannot understand the real position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here we see that the sages are giving this example that how the Supreme Personality of Godhead is building the entire creation. Though He is creating all these universes, creating all the living entities, but still, and He is also residing in the hearts of all living entities as Paramatma. But still people cannot understand Him. That's why here it has been stated here. Maya tatang idang sarvang jagat abhyakta murtina. The Lord is spread all around the universe. He is present in everyone's heart as Paramatma. He is also present in the atoms. He is present everywhere. When Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad Maharaj that you are telling that there is a Supreme Personality of Godhead, because Hiranyakashipu was thinking he was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he was asking Prahlad Maharaj, where is your Bhagavan? Where is your personality of Godhead? So that time Prahlad Maharaj has said that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is present in everyone's heart and in every atom. So he is present everywhere. And Hiranyakasipu did not believe this, that the Lord is present everywhere, in everyone's heart and even in atoms. That's why he asked, okay, if your Lord is present everywhere, is he present in this pillar of this assembly hall? Because he wanted to prove that Prahlad Maharaj's statements were false. Lord was not present everywhere. He wanted to prove this because he was atheistic. He did not believe in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why he pointed out to the pillar of the assembly. Said, is your Lord present in this pillar? Prahlad Maharaj said, yes, certainly. When he is present everywhere, he is also present in this pillar. And to show to the whole world and disprove Prahlad Maharaj's statements, Hiranyakasipu broke the pillar with a blow. To show the whole world there is no Supreme Personality of Godhead in this pillar. And Prahlad Maharaj's statement was false. But to his surprise, the Lord, with roaring sound, he appeared within the pillar. So Hiranyakasipu at first could not understand who was he, because he was half lion and half man. But anyway, at last he understood this must be Vishnu. Then he started fighting with him and the Lord killed him. So, the Lord is present everywhere, but the Lord is also telling that people cannot understand me. Though I am present everywhere, in every atom. And then he's telling, though I am present everywhere, I have created all this material world, I am present in every atom, present in everyone's heart, still I am not with them. I am aloof from them. Because I am the supreme creator of all this material world, all the living entities and everything. So he is within and also without. This is Achinta Vedaved. We cannot conceive that how the Lord acts. So the sages are thinking that how the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he has appeared in a human-like form, appeared in the Kshatriya dynasty, and acting like a Kshatriya, though he is beyond this Varnasrama. He is neither Kshatriya nor Brahmin nor Sudra or Vaishya. So, though he is beyond of all these things, but he is still acting to set the example for the mankind. So in this way they suggest, they are thinking that why the Lord is doing this in front of everyone. Just to set the example for everyone. So he says, evam ta nama matresu Vishayesu indriya maya vibramachitto naveda smriti pallava. So in this material world, the living entities, they have forgotten their real identity, that they are the part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because they are covered by Maya. That's why they Vibhrama Chitta. They are bewildered and they cannot understand you and cannot understand your actions. Even what to speak of conditioned souls. Lord's illusory energy even acts on his devotees. For the ordinary people, Lord's external energy works. But even for the devotees, Lord's internal energy, Yogamaya, also acts on them. Just for the pleasure of the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We see in Vrindavan, all the inhabitants of Vrindavan, they understood Krishna as their son, or friend, or lover, though Krishna many times exhibited his form or his activities just like unnatural for a human being. Like Krishna raised this Govardhan hill when he was only 7 years old with one finger of the left hand, and everyone could see this, all the Brajvasis. Before they were hearing from the cowherd boys, oh, Krishna killed this demon, Krishna killed that demon. They were hearing only from them, and they were not believing how Krishna could do this. But in Govardhan Leela, all the Brajavasis saw in front of their own eyes that how Krishna, 7-year-old boy, he was holding this gigantic Govardhan hill for 7 days and 7 nights. They could not believe to their eyes that how was it this possible? Krishna is a small child, 7-year-old. How could he do this? Then after Govardhan Leela, all the Brajavasis assembled at Nanda Maharaj's house and asked Nanda Maharaj, please tell us, who is this Krishna? Is he the Supreme Personality of Godhead or a demigod? How could he do this? Because we all saw in our own eyes, he did this thing. Then Nanda Maharaj told about Garga Muni's statements. He said that Garga Muni had said, this boy would be as good as Lord Narayan. That means he's not Narayan but as good as Narayan. Because Garga Muni had concealed this fact that Krishna was Narayan himself. So he would do wonderful acts, Garga Muni had told. He would perform wonderful activities. And he would protect all the Brajavasis from so many different kinds of dangers. So please take care of this boy. So then the Brajavasis were pacified. So in the same way, we see that Lord Krishna, though he was exhibiting his extraordinary activities in Braja, still the Brajavasis were thinking him not as Supreme Personality of Godhead, but they were thinking him as his son, as friend, or lover. And then this is because they are covered by Krishna's Yogamaya for the pastimes. In the same way in Dwaraka, the Dwarkavasis then knew Krishna was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vasudeva Devaki, they also knew. But Krishna also covered them with his Yogamaya potency for his pleasure pastimes. That's why they would forget while dealing with Krishna. in different ways. And they are also covered by Yogamaya. So in this way, Krishna is covering his devotees with Yogamaya potency, and Krishna is covering his non-devotees, the worldly people, with his Mahamaya potency, external energy. That's why the sages are concluding that it is not very easy to know Krishna. Very difficult to know Krishna. Like a person in the dream forgets his own position. In the same way, the living entity, he forgets his eternal position, that he is this part and parcel of Krishna, the servant of Krishna, and he does not recognize the Supreme Personality of Godhead, being covered by the external energy of the Lord. So in this way, the sages are concluding that there are many kings who are assembled at Kurukshetra. They were not devotees of Krishna, but still they were there because of the solar eclipse occasion. So the sages are pointing out that those who are non-devotees, they cannot understand Krishna because they are deluded by Krishna's external energy. And those who are devotees of Krishna, they are also, in some way or other, they are also covered by the internal energy of Krishna for his pastimes. When the gopis met Krishna at Kurukshetra, even Krishna is telling the gopis that I am the Supreme Personality of God, but they would not believe him. They wanted to know Krishna as their lover, and they have the same relationship, same mood. Their mood would never change. So in this way, Krishna acts on different devotees in different ways to perform his pastimes, and also acts with non-devotees with different ways. So the sages are concluding like this, that because Krishna is supposed to teach the whole world how to respect the Brahmins, the sages, so he himself is doing this and setting the example for others. Hare Krishna. Are there any comments or questions?
So Krishna is expanding himself as everything and also as everyone. So the ones who are not surrendered, dushkritina, the rascals who will not surrender to Krishna, but is that Krishna himself, or is that independence that was given is contaminated, or what happened to that poor soul that will not surrender to Krishna?
They are misutilized their little independence, which Krishna has given to them. If Krishna will control everything, then there will be no meaning of independence. So when Krishna says that he gives some little independence to the living entities so they can act, so when they utilize properly that independence, they can become devotees of Krishna. When they misutilize that independence, they will go away from Krishna. So Krishna gives them some space. Otherwise, if Krishna would start controlling everyone, then everyone must become Krishna's devotee.
Good idea.
There is no question of non-devotee.
Well, Krishna is in everyone, but he says, but I am not in them. What does he mean, I'm not in them? Krishna says, I am everything and everywhere, but I am not in them.
Still am I aloof because I am the creator of everyone, creator of everything. That's why I am aloof from them also. So nothing can exist without me, but still I am not in them. I am aloof from them because I am the creator of all this.
Did you get all that? Okay, good.
Achintya Veda. Inconceivable oneness and difference. Okay, so we'll stop here.
Sure.
Jai Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jai srilaprabhupada Maharaj ki jai. Jai Gaurav Bhakti Vrindavan ki jai. Nitai Gaurav